Good morning and welcome to this beginner's morning yoga routine by Fitness Lakshya. Okay, so let's begin by getting ourselves in a comfortable seated position. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, round your shoulders and your back out completely. Stretch those back muscles out. Now inhale and come all the way through, contracting your back and opening up your chest to the morning light. Rotate your neck clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Sway your neck side to side, allowing all the muscles to loosen up. Now slowly and gently bring yourself over into a tabletop position. Your palms straight underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hip muscles. Now right away, let's get into some cat-cow. Arch your back as your head moves forward into the cow pose and exhale all the way through, stretching your back over into the cat pose. Inhale into the cow pose and exhale into cat. Keep repeating this motion as long as you'd like to, and then settle back into a child's pose, Balasana. Take a few deep breaths while you're here. Now coming back into that tabletop, gently curl your toes and lift your knees up to fire up that core. Stay here for a few seconds before you place your knees back onto the ground again. Take your palms a little ahead of you and peel your hip up into a downward facing dog position. Pedal your knees gently to stretch out those hamstrings. It's okay if you're not able to touch your heels onto the ground. Just keep pedaling and stretching those legs out. And take a few deep breaths in this pose. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now gently raise your right leg up as far as you can and bring it all the way through into a low lunge. Right knee perfectly over the right ankle. Find your stable ground and lift your arms all the way up. Anjaneyasana. Now place your palms back onto the ground and pull your hips back into your half splits. Try and extend that right leg as much as you can. Now coming back into your low lunge, pivot your left foot into a 45-degree angle and with a strong core and strong legs, bring yourself all the way up into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Now straighten that front leg and gently bend sidewards, getting into the triangle pose, Trikonasana. If you're not able to touch the ground, you can use a block or any other bolster. Coming back through into your Warrior 2. Swivel your arms all the way back onto the ground into your low lunge. Place your right foot back, coming into a high plank, and gently bring yourself down onto the ground. Inhale and come up into a baby cobra. Exhale and back down. Now pull yourself back up into that high plank and into downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Now right away, lift that left leg up as far as you can and bring it all the way through into your low lunge. Place the right knee on the floor and take your arms up again into Anjaneyasana. Left knee over left ankle. Find your balance, your footing. Slowly come back down and pull those hips back into your half splits. Try and get that left leg as straight as you can. Trying to bend over and back into that low lunge. Now pivot your right foot into a 45-degree angle, and with all the stability in your core, bring your arms up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Left knee over left ankle. Now gently straighten that left leg and bend sideways, trying to reach the ground with your left hand, and the right hand goes up into the air. Keep your drishti to the sky and take a few deep breaths. Now gently come back into Virabhadrasana 2 and swivel your arms all the way back into low lunge. Curl your toes. Place your left leg back into a high plank. Pedal those legs out. Now gently bring yourself all the way onto the ground and lift your head up for a baby cobra. And back on the way on the floor. Now gently place your arms parallelly in front of you, making sure your elbow is right underneath your shoulder to come into a Sphinx pose. Look straight ahead and keep breathing. Slowly bring your head back onto the ground and pull your hips back and settle into a child's pose. Let your arms relax by the sides of your legs, palms facing upwards and forehead touching the ground. Take a few deep breaths in this pose. Slowly coming back into a seated pose. We'll be bringing our feet together, making the soles of the feet touch each other and bringing them as close as is comfortable into a butterfly pose, or a cobbler's pose as it's also called. Try and let the thighs fall back onto the ground. Let gravity do its job and gently bend over as far as you can into this pose. Don't stretch too much if it hurts. Only go as far as you can. And gently make your way back up into a seated pose. Now slowly come back into that tabletop position. Place your palms a little ahead of your shoulders and pull your way up into a downward dog again. Pedal those feet out as much as you can, stretching those legs, and take a gentle walk to the front of the mat, placing your legs just right behind your palms and folding all the way through into your first forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your head hang loose in this pose for a while and gently roll your back up into a tall standing pose, taking your arms all the way up into the sky and back to your heart. Breathe in and take your arms all the way up. Exhale and bring all the way down into your forward fold. Now slowly bring yourself all the way up again. Breathing in, exhaling, hands to heart. Let's go into Uttanasana once again. Place your legs back, coming into a tall plank pose. Now take your right leg and bring it all the way through in between your arms, settling down into a pigeon pose. Only go as far as you can and try to get as close to the ground as possible. Now, if this is comfortable, try and get more deeper into the pose by bending forward and letting your arms spill over on the floor. Take a few deep breaths here and let those legs stretch out, especially the inner thighs and the groin. Gently make your way back up. Curl your toes and get your right leg back into a downward facing dog. Pedal it out, loosen it up a bit. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Get into your tall plank and get your left leg all the way through in between your arms. Straighten those arms, straighten the back, the chest, and look straight ahead. Take a few deep breaths in this pose. If you're not able to sit comfortably, you can cushion yourself up with a pillow. Bend your torso over if that's comfortable for you. And just stay. Keep breathing. Slowly make your way back up. Say hi to my yoga partner, Miss Shona, who's playing with her toy. And bring your leg back into a tall plank. Now go all the way down and inhale into baby cobra. And exhale back down. Now come into a resting pose, the child's pose, and take a breather. Let everything relax and everything let go. Into our last part, we'll come onto our backs this time. Lay down flat on your back. Bring your right knee to your torso and pull it close, and try to bring your neck close to your knee. Pavan Muktasana, the wind blowing pose. Gently place that leg back. Now bring your left knee close to your torso and pull up from the shoulders, making sure there's not too much tension in your neck as you do so. Bring your leg back onto a flat position. Now bring both your knees close to your torso and give yourself a big hug. Try to wrap your arms as tightly as possible around yourself and feel your back muscles loosen up. Come back to a neutral position. Place your arms on the sides to yourself and get into a torso twist. Take your left leg and place it over the right leg onto the other side. And try to keep the shoulders touching the ground. Repeat the same thing on the other side, taking your right leg and the knee touching the floor on the other side. Now coming back, let's end this with a full body stretch, stretching all your muscles from your tippy toes to your fingers. And greeting this morning with a smile. Let your palms relax. Stay in Shavasana for a few deep breaths before you start moving with your day. Thank you for joining me in this yoga session this morning. Please do consider subscribing to our channel Fitness Lakshya if you found the content useful. And also follow us on our social media handles at Fitness Lakshya on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be back with more such yoga videos, so stick around. See you soon. Take care.